What's up, everybody? Just coming on here to start the teardown process on the Aerostar. I was thinking about it the other day, and being as this is going to be a rock crawler and it's an Aerostar, maybe we'll call it the Rockstar.
Cause we all just wanna be big rock stars.
I don't know. Put your comments down below and let me know what you guys think about that. So I'm going to start here in the engine bay, probably take the hood off, taking stuff out. We got a bunch of these little baggies. I'm going to bag up the nuts and bolts that I might need later. Here we go. Gotta be careful here. Got the 10mm out. Well, it's really weird. We got a ground cable. It's like one of those braided ones, and it's going to like a metal grommet here that was secured with a push pin into a fiberglass hood. I don't really understand it, but I guess fiberglass could build up a static charge. When I take stuff like this apart, I like to go through and take a bunch of pictures because I'm not going to remember how this goes. There's a lot of really stupid different types of fasteners, plastic fasteners, Phillips head screws, Torx screws, and very brittle plastic. The one bad thing about living out here in the desert, obviously nothing rusts, but the plastic just gets ridiculously brittle. So our plastic rusts, I guess you could say. It's one of the few pieces I actually care about here on the front of the vehicle. It's not super great, but it's better than not having it. Already lost the 10mm. It was right in front of me. I'm not reusing any of this wiring or almost anything in the engine bay. The only thing that I might try to save is the brake system. I'm going to be running like lightweight calipers on the Super Duty axles, so they're much smaller brakes. They're designed by Busted Knuckle Off-Road, and they just reduce the mass out on the ends of your axles there. I mean, you don't need brakes that will stop 26,000 pounds. You just need brakes that'll stop 5,000 pounds. If this master cylinder is the right size, then I'll use it. If not, I'll tear it out. When I work on stuff like this, I'm tearing everything out. I like to save all the connectors, like even the headlights or the side markers or all the little Ford specific connectors, because the next time I go to work on another vehicle, I might have exactly what I need that's in slightly better condition sitting on the shelf. So here's the progress so far. I took apart most of the accessories and stuff on the engine. I got the air box kind of dismantled. The rest of it has to come off. I'll either cut it off or take it off from the other direction. Got most of the fluids all drained out here. The transmission still has some fluid in it, but it's not dripping anymore from the lines. Next thing I'm going to be doing is getting all the exhaust taken off, and I started draining the fuel tank already. It didn't seem like there was very much in there, so that's good. And then just getting all the little bits and pieces disconnected so I can pull this engine and transmission out of here. This is my first time pulling anything out of a van, and it's a little difficult. There's not a lot of room to work. In this van, there's a little doghouse section that you can pull off on the back of the engine. It's like, oh, cool. That'll give me a bunch of room to work on the back of the engine and all that fun stuff. That's it. Just a tiny little window. I mean, you can see like the transmission and some of the rear cooler lines and stuff, and it's not very helpful. I guess what I'm going to start with is going underneath and getting the exhaust all taken apart. So I did get the van jacked up pretty high in the air so I can be able to work on it. Got these Harbor Freight 12-ton jack stands. It's pretty crusty. I mean, everything is just coated in junk and it's real nasty. So I'm going to be trying to take these exhaust bolts off. We'll see how that goes. They're usually a bit of a fun time. Don't worry about the chrome sockets on the impact. I'm a professional. Oh, first one broke right off. All right, I stole the catalytic converter. Let's go trade it in, buy some lunch.
And it's up, and down, and lift.
I think what I'm going to do is get this thing down off of jack stands and try to get this motor out of here. I'm going to leave the transmission and motor attached to each other. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this. Let's get at it. Alrighty, well, we got the engine out. We got her hanging up right here. Wasn't too awful to get it in and out of there. We got this little Amazon scale here, 522 pounds. That's how much this engine and transmission weigh. I'm not entirely sure how much the 300 weighs. I think it's somewhere around 500 pounds, and the C6 is somewhere around 180. So we'll be gaining a little bit of weight when we go back with the new power plant, but I think it'll be worth it. We'll get some more cubic inches and some more power. I believe this motor was like a 2.0 or something. We're going to a 4.9, so should be a lot better. A lot of room in here to make all of our bracketry and all the 4-link connections and all that stuff. So we'll get in here and clean up all of this mess, get everything stripped out and ready to start fresh. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this stuff, give me a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, put a comment down below. That kind of community engagement really helps, especially now that I'm just getting started. Don't have a whole lot of followers or people to comment, like, and subscribe, so the more the merrier. Hope you guys enjoy it and maybe you can learn something from it. Thank you guys very much.